You're watching the SCAC Player of the Week interviews. It's week 2 of the 2018 SCAC fall season. Today we are joined by the SCAC Volleyball Offensive Player of the Week, junior middle hitter Marguerite Spaethling of the Colorado College Tigers. And Marguerite, first of all, congratulations and thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Marguerite, this volleyball squad is off to an outstanding start once again, 8-0 with wins this past week over George Fox, Pacific, Minnesota Morris, and Pacific Lutheran. This team has dropped just 2 sets all season through your first 8 contests. Is there anything that surprised you through these opening 8 games, and how much confidence is starting to really build with this team?
I think I've said it last week, but I think just our depth has been really, really great. It's not surprising, but I think it's just something we haven't had in the past. And I think, especially against Pacific Lutheran University, who is a top-ranked team, I was really, really impressed and surprised by how we just kept on them and we really didn't give them a chance to breathe and just kind of steamrolled them all the way through, which was something we kind of struggled with last year, was with finishing. So I was really surprised pleasantly surprised, I should say, to see that we were able to do that.
When you and your teammates start to get in a rhythm, Marguerite, as I mentioned, 8-0 to start the season this year. You look back a year ago, you open up the year 18-0 through those first 18 contests. Do you find yourselves getting into any sort of pre-match rituals, routines, things that you try and make consistent going into these rhythms when you get into stretches like this of consistently winning? Yeah,
before every match, we have the same warm-up, which then brings us kind of into a huddle. And we visualize together, which is something that we do as a team. And I think really makes us really focused on kind of the tasks that we have ahead. But just when it comes to rituals, I think we just continue to work really hard. We go in, we lift to make sure that we're nice and strong. Everyone's really healthy. And people do their own kind of funny things, brushing teeth before games, like funny things like that are very personal. But other than that, we just try and stay very consistent throughout.
Individually last week, Marguerite, we had you on for your defensive work as the Defensive Player of the Week. You join us this week now for the offensive side of the ball, named SCAC Volleyball Offensive Player of the Week. Last week, individually 44 kills, 3.38 kills per set, a remarkable .527 hitting percentage, and were named the MVP of the Spike It Up Classic. Take me through your individual performance last week offensively. How were you able to be so successful out there on the floor for the Tigers?
I think our passing, our serve receive was really, really great, which then allowed for our setters to do their job and give our hitters and myself the ball really, really well. We were creative. We were able to run sets that just kind of showed the weaknesses, I think, of the other team, and we were connecting really, really well. But I think it all comes from our passing. The serve receive, the defense was really, really great, which allowed for me to get the ball and to put it down and get the point for the team.
I know when I talked to Coach in preseason leading up to this 2018 campaign, he talked about the importance of serve receive as well. When you look at this offensive power that this Tigers team has, how would you describe the offense? What works so well for this group that allows you to be as consistent as you've been?
I think because we have such great offense, so then we're able to distribute the ball really, really well. My counterpart Micah in the middle, we're able to pull the block really well a lot of the times because we're able to terminate, which then allows for our pin hitters to usually have one-on-one opportunities. So I think it's really a team effort, and if they're not producing, then we know the blockers are going to be on us. If we're not producing, the blockers are going to be on them. So I think it's really everyone producing at the same time just allows for everyone to be really, really productive and effective in the front row.
Again, you're watching the SCAC Player of the Week interviews. It's week 2 of the 2018 fall season. This week we're joined by the SCAC Volleyball Offensive Player of the Week, junior middle hitter Marguerite Spaethling of the Colorado College Tigers. And Marguerite, obviously there's so many positives that come with an 8-0 start to the season. What's been Coach Swan's message in terms of things that you're trying to continue to improve at that despite the record, maybe you haven't hit the mark as well as you would like to early on in this year?
I think one thing we've really worked on is unforced errors because that's just something that we can control no matter who's on the other side of the court. And so I think the missed serves, the missed hits, that's something that we're really, really focusing on for the rest of the season.
For you, maybe a little bit of a different question, Marguerite, but What are some of the qualities that you want to be known for as a volleyball player and as a teammate moving forward into the rest of this year?
Passionate, supportive are probably the two main qualities, and competitive, because that's just kind of who I am.
And finally, Marguerite, looking ahead to this weekend, one final home weekend for you and the rest of your Tiger teammates as you host the Pikes Peak Challenge. Really the last big weekend before you get into the heart of SCAC play. How important is this weekend, not only just to continue to, carry the momentum that you've gained early on in the season, but also sort of as your last run through before you get into the heart of conference play?
I think just to take advantage of being at home, resting, and really just refining, I think, the skills that maybe we're not as confident at, and just really practice those so that when it comes to the big time competition that we're ready for it. And I think that's what we're really excited for, is to get out on the road and play the big tough teams.
A California native this week's SCAC Volleyball Offensive Player of the Week, junior middle hitter Marguerite Spaethling of the Colorado College Tigers. Marguerite, again, congratulations on your honor and best of luck as you continue to march forward throughout your junior year.
Thanks for having me, Russell.